After what feels like a very long time without any new flavors, Pringles is back with a vengeance. Hello, Goblins and Goblinettes. Welcome back to another edition of Destined to be Goblin. Destined Goblin here. This is where I will try a food product of some kind, maybe something you didn't even know existed, and I will decide whether or not I should give it my Destined Goblin seal of approval. It does feel like it has been a minute since Pringles put out a new flavor, or at least several of the flavors that they had been doing. For a while, it seemed like they were really cranking them out, and then everything seemed to kind of level off for a little bit. And now Pringles is back, and they have several new flavors that are out right now. I have 4 of them here, and I don't even have all of them. There are some other ones that are out as well. And I have yet to track those down. So there are even a few more flavors out there than what I have here. I'm going to try to do these in sort of a logical progression. We've got one that doesn't seem like it's spicy at all, and then everything else seems like it kind of gets a little bit spicier as we go along. So we will see if that's true or not. I do have Mothman loaded with some nice cold water here as a palate cleanser to sort of help me keep things moving along. So let's just go ahead and get started since we have 4 flavors of Pringles to try today. Okay, so the first one is honey mustard. Now, these came from different places. I know that one of these is exclusive to Dollar General. It's not this one. I believe I got this one at Kroger. I think I got 2 from Walmart, and then I think I got 2 from Kroger, 1 from Walmart, and then the last one is the Dollar General exclusive. And I'm pretty sure this is one of them that came from Kroger. Not sure if it's exclusive to Kroger or not, but this one is honey mustard. This one seems like it is a non-spicy. I can't imagine that there's any spiciness in this one at all. Maybe a little bit from the mustard flavor. I guess we will see. This is 150 calories for 14 crisps on this one. Now, one thing I will say before I even open this can, I know that a lot of times when I have done these Pringles reviews in the past, one of the knocks that I always have against Pringles is that I open up the can and there's some broken pieces, usually right at the very top. I'm going to say that maybe these cans might have gotten dropped, so I'm not expecting that there's going to be totally intact pieces in here when we open this up, and that may have been my fault that these may have been dropped, so we'll see what happens when we open this up. Actually, these are in pretty good shape, so there's a look at them in the can, and again, this is the honey mustard flavor. That does have sort of a honey mustard aroma to it. That reminds me of like the usual dipping sauce for chicken nuggets. That's what I'm thinking of right there. It really does kind of smell like honey mustard. All right, let's see if the flavor is there. Actually, that does taste like honey mustard. It's not an overpowering flavor. It still lets the flavor of the Pringles crisp itself come through. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see that or not, but there is a good deal of seasoning on there. It's a little bit sweet. It's a little bit tangy, like you would get from honey mustard. It's not really spicy or anything like that. It really does taste like honey mustard. I can't really say anything bad about this one because that honey mustard flavor is pretty authentic. Honey mustard is not one of my favorite flavors. It's not one of my favorite condiments. It's not usually the first thing I will use to dip my chicken nuggets or anything like that. But if you are a honey mustard fan, I don't think you're going to have any problem with this one. This one is pretty authentic. All right, here comes Mothman. We will cleanse the palate and move on. Okay, so now we're going to start moving into the spicy flavors, I think. I imagine that any of the remaining 3 could be spicy, and the very last one, if it's not spicy, I'm actually going to be disappointed. This next one is Texas BBQ Brisket. This one could go either way. I'm not sure if this is going to be spicy or not, but I am expecting a nice beefy flavor out of this one, as you can see right there. I know I got this one at Kroger, and I think this one is exclusive to Kroger. I could be wrong about that. 150 calories for 14 crisps. And I am actually surprised that this one is in pretty good shape right there. They're really not broken at all because I did drop this one. So, yeah, let's see what the aroma is like first on this. Texas barbecue brisket. Oh, that does have a barbecue aroma to it. And barbecue, like, not in the sense of, like, barbecue potato chips or anything like that, but more like a barbecue, like if you were actually grilling something. And it almost has a little bit of a pizza oven aroma to it, too. That's unusual. This one, I'm excited to try this one because these actually smell really good. Okay, here we go. Texas barbecue brisket. That's got a pretty good amount of seasoning on it. Here we go. Oh. Oh. Ooh, wow. I'm not sure about this. I might need to try a couple more to decide if I like this or not, and I'll tell you why in a minute. Wow. Okay, for one thing, these may be the saltiest Pringles that I have ever encountered. There is, you might even be able to see it mixed in with the seasoning there. There is easily twice the level of salt on this from any other flavor that I've ever had from Pringles. But here's why I'm kind of torn on this one. The flavor on this is not really beefy. It's not really barbecue brisket, Texas barbecue brisket. It's not really that beefy brisket flavor on this. It's more of that charcoal flavor that you get from the grill. If you like that sort of that smoky charcoal flavor, you might really like this. I'm deciding if I actually like this or not. Okay, so I don't know if you noticed what I did there on that one. I turned that crisp around. Usually when I eat Pringles, I eat them this way. This way is really shaped for your mouth. I mean, that perfectly fits in your mouth. It lays flat against your tongue. The problem that I've always had with Pringles is that Pringles seasons this side. So in order to get that full flavor, you know, all your taste buds are in your tongue. And I've mentioned this before. You really want that, all of those seasonings, all of those spices to land on your tongue. That's going to give you the biggest burst of flavor. And that's one of the issues that I've always had with Pringles. I don't understand why they never season this side, because this is so easily designed to fit inside your mouth this way. This makes it a little more difficult. But when I turned it around this time, those seasonings kind of hit the roof of my mouth, and it didn't give me that big burst of that charcoal flavor that I had before. So maybe that made a little bit of a difference there. I think I'm going to try one more here and try to decide. This is a very unique flavor, and as I ate more and more of those, I started to like it a little bit better. The first couple crisps, it was sort of an adjustment. But overall, I think I kind of like this one. I think I probably will finish the rest of this can. Okay, 2 to go. And the next one may or may not be spicy. That one really didn't have much spice to it. Okay, now we come to Carnitas Taco. Now, this one I know I got at Walmart. I'm not sure if that's exclusive to Walmart or not. And again, there may or may not be spice on this one. This one looks like it should have a nice beefy flavor too. It looks like it's got some cilantro on the front of the package, so I'm hoping there's a nice cilantro flavor to this because I love cilantro, and then also some lime. So 150 calories, 14 crisps. Let's see what we get. I am shocked that all of these are in good shape because these cans did drop, so I am impressed. This one smells like nothing. It doesn't have any aroma whatsoever. Maybe the faintest hint of beef, something like that, but very, very faint. Yeah, it's got a good deal of seasoning on it. Well, let's see. Carnitas Taco. Here we go. Very, very faint aroma. Very, very faint flavor as well. And if you know me, if you've watched a lot of my stuff, you know I like those big, bold flavors. I don't like those subtle flavors. I feel like this one's going to be too subtle for me. Yeah, there's the slightest meaty flavor to this. There's no cilantro flavor. There's no lime flavor. The stuff I was hoping for, because after all, it is on the package. There's not really anything on this that reads taco to me, even. I'm expecting, a Mexican flavor to it. Those spices, all of that stuff that really defines Mexican food, the stuff that you normally find in tacos. I don't get any of that from this. If it came down to it and you could only get one of these, I would say pass on this one. I'm not really impressed with this one. All right, one more to go, and if this one is not spicy, that will disappoint me. Cheesy Jalapeno Popper. I love jalapeno poppers. This one is exclusive to Dollar General. I know that one for a fact because I had to track this one down. I am not a regular shopper of Dollar General, and I actually had to find a Dollar General, and then I had to find 2 more after that until I found one that actually had these. So you might have to hunt around for these, but these are exclusive to Dollar General. And this is also, jalapeno poppers can be made in a large variety of ways. I have most often had them with cream cheese in the middle, but cheddar cheese is another way that you will very often find them, and it looks like this is a flavor that's going to have cheddar cheese in it also. So I am expecting a nice cheesy flavor with some heat and definitely with a jalapeno flavor. Let's see. 150 calories, 14 crisps. And these are intact as well. Ooh, wow. Well, they definitely got the jalapeno aroma. There is no doubt about that. Well, that smells like a freshly cut jalapeno. And it does have a nice dusting of that seasoning on there. I kind of expected that seasoning to maybe be the same color as the crisp, but it is a little bit darker, as you can see there, almost a yellowish orange color maybe. Okay, cheesy jalapeno popper. The jalapeno flavor is there. There's no doubt about that. The jalapeno heat is not there. There's the slightest little tingle that you kind of get in the back of your throat when you swallow. But if you don't like spice, if you are not a big fan of the heat, if you are afraid of the heat, don't worry about these because there is not much heat there at all. I might even go so far as to say there's maybe the same level of heat on this as you would get from a medium, not even heavily seasoned, medium seasoned black pepper dish. If you took something and put some black pepper on it, and not even a large amount of black pepper, just a little bit of black pepper, that's about the heat level that I would compare this to. The thing that's missing from this, the jalapeno flavor is great in this. The thing that's missing from this is the cheese. I really don't get much cheese flavor at all. You sort of get that feel on your tongue from the seasoning that reminds you of like a cheese seasoned chip or something like that. But the flavor is just not very strong on that. And nothing about it, you see the breading on there. You know, jalapeno poppers almost always, if not always, are, will be breaded, deep fried. I don't get that from this. I don't get anything that reminds me of a jalapeno popper, which disappoints me a little bit in this. It reminds me more of just jalapeno, but the jalapeno flavor is very nice. Okay, so now I have to try to give a rating to this. if I had to rate this entire batch together, I would probably say it would be a seal of approval with no stars. If I had to break each one down individually, I would say this one, I'm not sure that I would even give this one a seal of approval. I don't feel like this one succeeds in any way as far as Carnitas Taco. This one, the Cheesy Jalapeno Popper, I like the flavor on it, but I don't think it delivers what it says. I don't think it's cheesy. I don't think it reminds me of a jalapeno popper. This one, this Texas barbecue brisket, it actually kind of grew on me, and I'm considering eating more of these right now, to tell you the truth. I think I probably will finish off this can without a problem. It's a very unique flavor. It takes a little bit of getting used to. It's so heavy on that charcoal flavor. It's actually not that bad overall. I would have to say, if there was a big winner, it would be this one. My least favorite flavor overall, I'm just not that big of a honey mustard fan, but this is very authentic. This absolutely delivers the honey mustard flavor, so I would have to say this is excellent, and this would be a 3-star seal of approval. All right, there we go. Those are out there right now from Pringles. You will have to go to multiple stores to get them. You definitely have to at least go to Dollar General and Walmart or Kroger or some of the other grocery stores to track some of these down. That's not everything that's out there. There's a spicy Minecraft flavor that's out there now. There is a sweet Thai chili that is either out there right now or is very rapidly about to arrive. So, you know, after a while, like I said, after a pretty decent stretch there of not putting anything out whatsoever, Pringles has finally started putting some new flavors out. And they're putting them out all in batches. And then coming later on this year, they're actually coming out with an entirely new product called Pringles Mingles. I will be looking for those as well, and I will catch you next time.